Hey everybody, I'm so excited. We're talking The Scar, Supernatural Season 14, Episode 3. We are going to be chatting about Sam having a little darkness. Kaia is back, sort of. And of course, Jack is feeling a little out of place.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, the scars are beautiful.
They're always beautiful.
Especially on my boy, Sam, Dean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just too much. I'm having so much fun watching season 14. I can't believe it's been 14 years and the Scar is really just keeping us excited and happy. What did you think about this episode? Oh,
I mean,
you're new. So, of course,
hello.
It's me, Cherry. I'm filling in for the regular host. And, of course, we have Brendan Haley. Hey, Brendan.
Hey, guys. What's up?
I'm very excited to have you here.
I'm very excited to be here. Supernatural is one of my favorite shows. I love all things spooky and mysterious.
It's the spooky season.
It is.
Now, what did you think about the Scar?
Well, first off, I'm just sad that we didn't get, like, a shirtless Jensen scene, because, I mean, we saw, like, the arm, but, you know, there's more to the story than the Scar.
I have to say, I love him when he was possessed by Michael. His style game was on point.
Oh, totally. I love a good suit, and that hotel room was also really nice. I love atmosphere. I think it's a, fun addition.
And he appreciated a good cognac, so...
True.
I love a man who's classy.
With taste.
With taste, yes. Now, season 14 is just building like a locomotion. I don't know what's going on with Michael and his army of darkness. I don't know what's going on with Sam and Dean. I mean, they're back together, but they're still having some emotional upheaval. Both of them are not the Sam and Dean that we've known over the years. And, of course, we had a little bit of a Wayward Sisters reunion.
Hey!
Girl power!
I mean, if you're more of a fan of Kim Rhodes like me, then it's Zach and Cody. She's back. It's the mom.
Back.
And she's back.
And she is a delight. I adore her. I'm always happy to see her come and talk. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Sam and Dean reunion. They were both a little bit battle scarred. What did you think about the boys?
Well, I think there's a lot to be said about sort of the last couple of episodes, because ever since the last season, it's escalated really quickly. Yes. And I, for one, not to repeat the previous after show, I'm still really surprised that they're just together this early. I thought it would be a longer deal. However, I still don't trust Dean. I don't believe it.
He does seem to have a little bit of darkness in him. But he's always been kind of dark, but yeah. He's angry. He's like really angry, like Kaia said.
Well, I mean, I think there's something to be said about, the theme of, in a way, it's a violation of, himself, his personality. Yes. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You get the gist. It's a
violation of his spirit, because Michael had promised to borrow his body. And then he was like, oh, well, biatches. Yeah. I'm keeping it. So what?
And that's a really dark theme. And I kind of like that that's where the character is going, because it's addressing all of that.
It really is. And I have to say, do you like Sam clean shaven or with facial hair?
Now, this is obviously the question that you will be voting on November 6th.
Make sure you register.
I mean, is it bad of me to say both? Because, I know him from Gilmore Girls, and, I'm so partial to him without the beard, but then, the beard is kind of
I'm not a bear type of chick. What do the people in the chat say? Because I asked them earlier whether they liked him hairless or not hair.
I like this one. It's Rob Benna. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The darkness had the hots for Dean. LOL. I appreciate that. I don't know if it really answers the question, but I just really liked it.
Don't we all have the hots for Dean, though?
And darkness.
And darkness. Dark Dean is fine Dean. Happy Dean is fine Dean. Dean's just fine.
Dean's fine 24/7. Let's be real.
24/7, 7 days a week. He is... I thought it was really interesting them being in the car and their conversation, because over 14 years, they've always been able to just come together really quickly.
Yeah.
But this invasion by Michael, I think, really cracked and shook his foundation.
Yeah, and that's sort of something that I've noticed with the show in general is like that moment stood out for me in this episode because the show has this beautiful camp and, you know, sort of nerdiness to it, sort of like Ash versus the Evil Dead or, you know, other titles like that. So I felt like that moment was more real and it gives the characters so much more depth. And I found myself like tearing up at certain points because it was just like, oh, my babies.
My babies. And it's true because Dean has always been a bit of a silent, hold it all in until it just explodes. I never realized the darkness he had that Kaia was able to see. But once she said, I realized, because over the years, Dean has always been one of those who immediately will kill a werewolf or a vampire or anybody, even if they said, we're not hurting anybody, we're just living our lives, we're trying to retain our humanity.
Totally.
He'd be like, too bad, suckers, and then he'd just kill them. I mean, I love him, but he does have a little bit of darkness.
There is. I mean, I do like a bad boy, so, you know. I feel like this is now a recurring theme of our show tonight, so enjoy.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do? Did you forget the lyrics?
I always forget the lyrics.
A classic. I mean, I do too. I'm just gonna, you know, call you out so I don't get called out.
The shame.
The shame.
But you know what? For our viewers, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more or our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
TV talk?
It is. I watch so many of our shows, not just the ones that I'm on, but the others. It really has helped me figure out a little bit more depth with AHS, which is already so dark. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then, of course, who can't not love How to Get Away with Murder, which I will watch later on tonight.
Wig snatched.
Wig snatched. Oh my gosh. So much fun.
Forever
I
and
thank
always.
all of you for watching us, and make sure you subscribe. And of course, tune in every week for the Supernatural After Talk. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is Jack.
Oh, hit me with it.
Jack is trying to explore his humanity, and like a lot of teenagers, he's just sick of all these adults telling him what to do. And for a minute, he was going to run away. Do you think that was a good idea for
Not
Jack?
at all. God, there's so much wrong with that. But at the same time, I see a sort of I don't know what that term would be, but a hero's arc where, you know, I feel like he's going to do something stupid and get himself killed later this season.
No, not Jack.
He's the son of the devil. He'll come back, I'm sure.
He's a sweet boy.
I love him.
He just doesn't know how to be human. And trying to learn from Castiel isn't the best idea.
No, Castiel.
I like him, but he's not the best human angel hybrid thing.
Let me rephrase. I think he is a wonderful person, a lovely angel, but God, is he not a good babysitter, not a good role model at all.
Horrible babysitter.
So bad. Jack almost left.
They did leave. They both absconded.
Oh my God, that's right.
They didn't even notice that they were gone until they said something.
He was too busy with
gone.
that witch girl this entire episode,
Yeah.
which, to be fair, I really did think that they were going to kiss. Not Castiel, but Jack and the witch girl.
I really thought we were having a Disney moment, and it was going to be a Sleeping Beauty where Jack kissed her, and all of a sudden his grace came back. Wouldn't that have been cool?
If you're listening, showrunners, take notes. We all love a good Disney reveal.
We do, and it would have been such a fun fairy tale thing, since we are missing Once Upon a Time.
Oh, rest in peace.
But the other thing tonight was Jack seeing Laura, the little Hetz girl, and then hearing her say, I didn't want to follow my mom's rules. I was sick of being in this small town. So I ran away because I thought I could be an adult. And then he was like, what do you think? Do you think he took some lessons from Hetz girl?
Maybe. It's hard to tell. I mean, you can resonate with it for sure, but like, you know, it's not the most sound evidence. not the most sound advice.
He was listening to her because he was totally going to run away.
Yeah.
Castro totally did not notice he was going to run away because Castro's not the most observant parent ever.
That's true. I mean, he's also not trying to kill Jack, as far as we know.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He likes Jack.
Yeah.
And he likes Jack with his humanity. And I really, like I've said the last couple of episodes, Jack without his grace is having to learn how to be human without the power, because his normal MO is to zap you with his heavenly archangel powers. He doesn't have that option.
No,
like
and
he told
I love,
Hexgirl.
yeah, no, and I love that that's his struggle this season, because it always makes for such an interesting, more introspective journey for a character. And I think he's just so cute, just the way he's figuring life out. He's pure.
He was so heartbroken when he couldn't use his grace to save her, and there's that little moment.
But he used his mind.
His mind, he's figuring out his place in the crew. Now, did you really think Jack would end up being the researcher smart kid that figures stuff out?
No, it's true. Like, everyone falls into a type with these shows, but like, I was not expecting that. I'm okay with it. I think he does a beautiful job. I think I'm more interested to see him push himself and then go back like 2 steps and have to learn a lesson.
Oh, he's going to be learning lessons.
He's going to be learning lessons.
I mean, like Cassie was like, oh, well, you figured this out. Maybe we should take you out on a hunting trip.
Yeah, son, let's go get the fish. I don't know.
He can't fight race. He still hasn't quite learned how to fight.
No, I'm still surprised that they let him out in the first episode back this season. And he just like got all the punches to the face.
I think they thought Bobby teaching him over the course of like a month or 2 would make him badass. And it's like, it doesn't work like that.
Now that's the sitcom I want to see, is Bobby and Jack in an apartment in New York City just trying to make it.
I don't think they'd succeed.
I don't think that, it's also twist. It's also the apocalypse.
It's always the apocalypse.
It's always the apocalypse.
Now with Het's girl, what did you think about that little accessory she had on? That necklace. It should have been a clue. The witch had the necklace on. She had the necklace on.
I actually didn't notice it at first until you brought it up during the episode. And then it just sort of made sense. It was like, oh, that's how they're going to resolve it. I actually kind of thought that the witch was going to come back to life and there was going to be a thing. So I was a little disappointed.
Was thinking, yes.
I still enjoyed, the episode, but like I was expecting some hardcore witch action. I love
Witches
a good witch.
Are bad.
Witches are badass. I love it.
I miss Rowena.
Oh, you know
I
who
love my little red hair.
I miss going outside of Supernatural. I miss Witch Hazel. Looney Tunes.
Trouble.
I'm sorry, and Double Trouble.
Personally, I would have taken that necklace off from the jump.
True.
It was a little too ostentatious for me. B, I don't really do jade. And C, I don't do gold.
She has taste.
It's like, no, that's not my style. That's a little old for a high school student.
Yeah, that's true. Was she? She was in high school.
Yeah, she was in high school trying to rebel against her mom.
She's still older than Jack.
Yes.
Might I also add. Most of the women in Jack's life are going to be older than him.
And we don't want any of this.
He might have abs, ladies, but he is 2.5 years old.
Yes, he's a child.
Find you a man with good credit score.
Yes, has a good job.
Yeah. Owns a house.
And I like Jack. He's a sweetie, but Jack with no grace cannot take me to the south of France impulsively, so I'm not feeling that right now.
Well, we'll jump back on that train when he has his grace back, because it's going to happen, I believe.
I am very excited that we got Kaia back. What did you think about Kaia?
I did not expect that. It's going to I don't know about Halloween. I would be scrambling, but like I want to do that cosplay.
Oh my gosh, she looked fabulous.
She looked fierce. I loved the black cloak, the spear, which since we're on the topic, the spear is the only thing that can hurt Michael.
Yes.
So
it was in last season when they had that. It killed another archangel as well. That's right. So that's why he's not. That's why he was trying to recruit her.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, I'm not about that life.
So I wonder, is she going to be the one to kill him this season?
I'm curious. It feels like she's going to be a recurring character.
Yeah.
So,
which I'm okay with. We've missed her.
Loved Kaia.
Yeah.
What did you think about when she told the sheriff, I wasn't aiming for Kaia? I was like,
whoa,
dang.
Let's slow down and talk about it. Oh, no. So I'm a mess. So she said that she was aiming for the blonde.
Yes.
Kaia.
Who is the sheriff's favorite child. So the sheriff is looking at her like, no.
There is drama boiling.
There's some major drama. And it's totally funny because Claire would like to kill Kaia doppelganger, but Kaia would beat her behind.
Oh, totally.
And she already wants to kill her for whatever reason she has. You think they'd have said, why did you want to kill her? And so they were both like, oh.
Right.
I'd have been like, did she do something? Can I apologize for her? What can we do to make y'all have a little bit of a
We all have, like, family
some peace?
Some peas.
But she's busy being chased by Michael's evil minions. So
Yeah, I think they'll
Kaia
loop back
will
to
do
that in a later episode, possibly.
But I'm super happy that we have more hunters. The Winchester boys
Yes.
cannot do it by themselves.
They're recruiting almost like the last episode had like what, 7?
Yes, they
Now we're
got
up
them
to
from the other world.
12,
Yes.
something like that.
And they need more hunters. They
do.
can't do it all. There's too many monsters. And with Michael doing 2.0 on all the supernatural creatures,
Yeah.
it's going to take, there's going to be like some major people getting killed, chopped up, eaten.
Yeah.
You need like a return so they can replace people when they're, out.
And according to Michael, there's a war coming, so they're going to need all hands on deck for this.
Yes.
So
So what do you think Michael's plan is with A, sending these monsters after Kaia, and B, his improving the monsters for the war? Do you think that they plan on keeping humans alive for whatever reason, or just kill all of them?
I have no idea, to be perfectly clear, because I think that there is what we've sort of gathered so far is like Michael wants to dominate the human world essentially,
Yes.
and like change the order of things. I think he might even want to go so far as find God and overthrow him.
God's on permanent vacation. He's not coming back.
That's true, but I'm going like full golden compass on this and believing that he wants to take over as the one.
They all do have daddy issues, so
They
I totally
do.
understand
It's a recurring
that.
theme.
It is a recurring theme of y'all need some counseling.
Message us if
Personally,
you have daddy issues,
don't
because
be
Lord
dating.
knows we do.
Mine are mommy issues.
Oh,
but that's
no.
another day, another time.
Mommy dearest.
But I really think that they would benefit from having a psychiatrist for all the hunters.
Why have we
Especially
not
for
put that in the show
Dean
yet?
and Dean right now, he's still just having a hard time.
I'm worried that he's not getting enough sleep still.
And I think something's going on with Sam. Sam's just super unhappy.
Oh, Sam, that's what I meant.
And he is darker as well. But he's always been the person who would sort of draw Dean back and calm him down. When they were trying to debating whether to torture Kaia or not, and he starts walking towards her, he looked at the sheriff, but he didn't say, don't do that or anything. He just sort of looked to see, I almost think he wanted to sort of see what he would do
Yeah.
to figure out, is Michael still in there? Or is he back to being my normal brother?
I mean, they're still walking on eggshells. They're
Yes.
still figuring out if he's actually back or if it's like a Voldemort, Harry Potter, like Horcrux thing going on, and there's just connection. But Dean is I mean, he's always been dark. We've talked about this, and
Yes.
he always has issues under the surface, and I think Sam knows that. But I think this time it's really hit both of them hard. And I think with Sam, I think that's going to be something. I think it's going to be more of a test, like something that Jack said in the last episode. It was about, oh, am I willing to let him die if the time comes? I think that's more of the internal monologue going on with him, especially in this episode.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with him. And to circle back with Castiel when he was trying to read Dean's mind, and they were trying to figure out that scar in his body. To me, those scars almost looked as if Michael had implanted something in him, like the way a bug will implant its
Yeah.
baby bugs or whatever you call them, baby bugs, that'll like come out of the body. Those almost look like they were implants as part of his
Interesting.
experiments. What did you think those scars were?
Well, I mean, later on we saw that it was
From that.
the blade. But as one knows with this show, things aren't always what they seem. I think that's a very valid point. I think that it could play into something where Dean still has Michael in him, and like, you know, that will be released later on to like cause havoc and hell and such.
Maybe the new king of hell.
Maybe. Or is that Sam?
No.
Is it Jody?
I don't care about
I'm
Jody.
okay with Jody, though.
Yeah.
If she wants to rule hell, be my guest.
Or Rowena. Rowena, queen of hell, would be awesome.
That would be great.
You're like, hey, queen. Hey.
Oh, my God. I've never wanted a vacation so bad now.
Oh, my gosh. She'd be a fun queen of hell, though. Mm-hmm. Very fun. Now, let's talk about Michael's army of monsters. It looks like he has improved not only the werewolves with them being resistant to the normal weapons, but it seems like, even though we didn't see him in this episode, I think he's busy still trying to improve other creatures to include in his army. I don't think it's just going to be an army of werewolves. What do you think?
Well, I think that he and the angels in general are kind of obsessed with the perfect people or perfect beings. That's a big driving point for their motives, and I think that could be a really interesting point to touch on with like witches or ghosts. I don't know. I'd love to see all of the creatures in play, not just werewolves and vampires, but I mean, it's a classic, you know. Those are
We've
two
had so
groups
many
of people
great
that go against each
creatures
other. Oh,
over
so
the
many
years that I love whenever I see them. So what does the chat say?
Oh, let's see. What do we have? Ooh, Jacob Albers says Michael's the less impulsive Lucifer.
Ooh.
Interesting.
He is conniving, and he does definitely have an idea. And whatever his idea is to improve from his alternative universe where he tried to take it over before that wasn't successful, I do think he learned from what happened over there.
Well,
maybe not the best lesson he took from it, but he's learned what he thinks will make it work better when he takes over.
True. Speaking of Lucifer, we didn't get to see Nick at all this
No.
episode.
I thought it was hilarious the way Castiel was like, oh yeah. He's not there.
He's gone.
It was like, no. But they don't know what he was up to, so that'll be an unpleasant surprise. That's gonna
be a whole day of baggage.
But once again, Castiel's a horrible babysitter. Y'all need to stop leaving him in charge of anything, because he loses people. He doesn't keep his eye on them.
I don't know. He has such a sweet side.
He's sweet, but he's a horrible babysitter. If you had a child, would you leave Castiel in charge of your child?
I mean,
would you say like, Castiel, yeah, you can babysit my child?
No. Then again, I feel like I wouldn't want my child to grow up in the supernatural universe. I'd be too afraid of something taking it away.
Eating it.
A Wendigo or something.
Or taking over its body. Yeah, I wouldn't. How do you know we're not living in a supernatural world? We just haven't interacted with anyone.
Well, funny you should ask. Rips it off.
You're too nice. And what else are they saying in the chat before we go back to my list of things I want to talk about?
Who is talking? Oh my goodness. Everyone's so hyped up. Oh my God. I like this Kaia more. Jacob Albers again.
Yes, Kaia is awesome.
I
love the weapon. I thought for a minute she wasn't going to come back.
Yeah.
I think she thought about it.
I loved that, though. He was just like, oh, you're in for, like, so much pain or whatever he said. And then she just jumps out the window and leaves. I was like, you better work.
I was like, you know what? Y'all were getting ready to torture her. So what do you think was going to happen?
I would do the same thing.
But I would have left
unless it was someone I really loved.
Deuces, I'm out. And then just like, what? But I'm a jerk.
Well, samesies.
I mean, if you're going to torture me and tie me up, no.
Oh, my God.
That was like one of my favorite scenes. And then when she came back, killed all of them. And then was it Sam or was it Dean that said, thank you for coming back to save us? And she's like, no, it wasn't for you.
I missed that. Where was
I killed them because they were chasing me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm not your friend. I'm like none of you people.
Ivan Soto says Jack calling Cass his father was so sweet.
He has daddies.
He does.
He has the Winchester boys. He has Castiel. Sadly, I feel like he doesn't want to replace his mother. because he had such a good relationship with her in the womb, talking to him. But he's totally fine with his dad. I don't think he really thinks of Lucifer as his dad. He's like, you know what? Nah, you're a sperm donor, so no.
Yeah, he's the absentee dad.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I
was like, and I love the way that, let's just call her Hex Girl.
Hex Girl,
Laura, but Hex Girl. He was like, don't you? Like, it was like, because like, he doesn't know. So he assumes everybody has more than one dad.
Yeah.
Which I think is so sweet. I'm all about my LGBTQ.
Oh. I love representation.
I do. Now, let's go into our special segment. Special segment of the day.
Ooh.
Oh, this is
exotic.
new.
I feel like I'm on a beach.
It's for Halloween. No!
You are a Scream Queen. Yeah.
I am, yes. So, what was your favorite line from tonight's episode?
Okay, so for me, it's a tie between Dean saying, Duck Dynasty called and they want it all back. Yes. About the beard.
Yes, we do want it all back. We like a clean shaven. No.
I don't know.
No facial hair. I'm not about the bears.
Well, I guess we have a difference now.
Now we can go out club hunting because we have opposite tastes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Anyway, the second one that I have is the werewolf dude before the fight who goes, we only came for her, but I was never one to turn down a buffet.
I do like to eat. I'm not about buffets. I'm always concerned people are going to cough in them.
Oh god, that's true. I eat at Whole Foods buffet like all the time though. So.
But that's fancy buffet, so it's fine. Those were super good lines.
Yeah. What about you?
I love the duck. My favorite line was, I didn't mean to be a dick. I was like, oh my god, that's my new life philosophy. I didn't mean to be a dick. But we all are some of the time.
Yeah, no, that's true. And
it was true. It's like, Jack, you cannot fight your way out of a wet paper bag.
He can. He can't punch. Bless his heart.
He can take a punch.
He can take a punch.
He kept getting up. I was like, good for you, son, because I'd have hit. But no.
No.
He's not ready yet. He's not ready for that, but I love him, so I'm totally cool with him.
Yeah, I know that's true.
But no, he was not ready for that. So that was totally fun. And then, of course, what was your favorite scene?
Oh, are we talking like acting or just the scene in general?
Just a scene from the show.
Okay, so Jody just broke my heart tonight when she was talking about Kaia at the ending, where she was like, never got a chance to really know her. And like, she was just, you could see the tears building up. And I was like, it's so beautiful when you just see all of that just building up and like you are so hurt as a person that you can't let it out.
It was really good because also reminded me sort of of what might have been with the Wayward Sisters spinoff. And so it kind of made me miss the spinoff a little bit, but I'm really happy that she's one of their recurring characters that comes back.
Same.
She always just brings
so much heart,
the perfect amount of humor, heart, and of course kick-assness that is required for you to survive fighting demons and monsters and witches and all the other critters.
You need it for the apocalypse.
I'm very curious whether we'll be seeing Claire this season.
Oh, God, I don't know. I feel like that would have been this episode. Maybe it will. Maybe
because I really think Kaia is going to be back.
I think
even if it's at the very end when they're fighting Michael as a group.
Yeah.
I think Kaia will be back, and I almost think there might be a little bit of a segment where Claire tries to fight Kaia, gets her behind kicked, or she gets killed.
I am actually okay with that being like the cliffhanger at the end of the season. Like, she's preoccupied with Michael right now. She's trying to defeat him. So like that resolves, however, and then the ending is just like her pulling out the the dagger or whatever and like walking towards Claire. I'm like, yes!
Kill her! Kill her! Thumb down. My favorite was, which we already said before, but I have to say it again because it was flawless and awesome, was when Kaia jumps out the window.
Yes, like, girl!
I'm out. I thought that was hilarious. The look on
Dean's face.
He
so
was
sad.
like shocked. And I was like, dude, she told you. A, you were dark. B, she knows that you're weaker. And C,
and she knows
she does not like you.
She knows that Michael is still around.
Something in there,
There's something definitely
She's
wrong
able to
with
see something. I can't remember what her powers or that other critters or alternative universe Kaia's powers were.
It sort of
but
got
I know
all
it was something like
for
she
me.
had sort of like some sort of intuition, and she was able to see stuff.
Yeah.
And she wasn't exactly evil even in the other universe. She wasn't evil.
No.
She just wasn't Team Winchester.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I don't think
Yeah.
that you really have to choose a side. Sometimes you can choose your own side, and that's okay.
Let's be honest. If you're near the Winchesters, you're likely going to be killed.
There's going to be a lot of drama coming your way.
Yeah.
You need to defend yourself.
And when it comes right down to it, they save each other. They put each other first before everyone else.
That's true. I like, as much as I love them, I don't think I would want to be a part of the family because, like,
They put their brother in the pit of hell.
Yeah.
Straight up in the pit of hell. It's for humanity's sake. It's like, y'all keep saving each other from the pit of hell. You can't save your brother? Okay, yeah. I see you. I see you. I see what you're doing.
Oh, that is just tea.
That was not right.
That's not right.
That was not right. Now, I have to say a big thanks to you because my boy gave me a gift,
It's original doodle work.
which I love.
Yeah.
Sam and Dean, my boyfriends,
You're
up to
welcome.
some sort of wickedness.
Yes, it's from my
And-
Haley Doodles brand, so be sure to check that out later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot we have news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Let's do it.
So, my favorite Winchester has a family business. For those who do not know this, he is all about his beer. And so, the Ackles family has a business where it is called Family Business Beer. And they're having their first Austin proper brewery opening up. And their head brewer, Nate Seal, says that he sees the space as an opportunity to delve into the experimental beers since the brewery will be much smaller. We're looking at it as a potential test lab. So if you're going to Texas, make sure that if you are in Austin, that you swing by. I don't know exactly when it'll be totally open. They just announced it, but I think it'll be open fairly soon.
That sounds fun.
I know. I love
Yeah.
beer and I love
growing
my
on me.
boys. And I have always wanted to go to Austin.
I'll find my way there, I think. Maybe under, the influence of 2 beers. Something like that. The promise of 2 beers.
Chug, chug.
I have some gossip for you about my girl Kim Rhodes. Am I right? Am I right? There's no one else here. It's just us. So Kim, along with Brianna Buckmaster, is starting a podcast.
Podcast.
It's a podcast called The Wayward Podcast. It's sort of a play on The Wayward Sisters, which is not happening? Question mark?
No, it's not coming back.
Okay. Well, I'm hopeful still. But anyway, shockingly, this podcast is nothing to do with supernatural. It is just simply about these 2 women talking about their lives, their perspectives on lives, which to me sounds great.
Oh my God, sounds like girl power.
Girl power.
Girl power.
Stronger together.
And I love girl power. It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Now, do
Yeah.
you do podcasting?
A little bit, yeah. I'm actually starting one up in the next year.
I want to do podcasting too.
Oh my
I have
God,
no
you can
idea
be a
what.
guest on mine.
But something. I want to do something fun and crazy and zany. Now, this episode of The Scar, season 14, episode 3, was flawless. This season feels like almost like a brand new season to me.
It feels like a brand new season, but it also, for me at least, feels like a return to the classics.
Yes.
It feels like I'm watching the first, second, third seasons again, which is great because it took itself in a more serious tone in those early days, but it's also fun. It's campy. Like the next episode looks like
So fun
it
for
looks
Halloween.
like Tales from the Crypt, but like on acid, and I love that.
It kind of reminded me of Shaun of the Dead from the very
little
first
bit, yeah.
scene. So I'm super excited about that.
I'm a fan.
And so, do we have any prediction time?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ooh.
So, what predictions do you have?
Oh God.
Brendan.
Well, so maniacal. Since the start of the season, and I will hold to it, I really think that Jack is going to, I think they're going to build him up to be all good and stuff. I think he's the one to keep your eye on as an antagonist. I really think that he's going to have all of this, growth and learning to be human and what it means to be human and coming into his own. And I think possibly even at the end of the season, he's going to get his powers back. And it's just going to be a slippery slope back into, the not greed, but seduction of power.
Yes. It's not that he's not without empathy. It's that he doesn't really get humanity.
Yeah, because there's something to be said about, like, even in the real world, like money is, and greed, that's a form of power. And if you follow that path, you're going to slip up a few times. You
will. And he has had a bad habit of just doing stuff out of emotion and wanting to be good with
which
no
is a hero's arc.
Yes.
But under the right circumstances can turn.
Yes. He's almost killed someone because he thought that they killed someone, and they're like, stop, no.
Well, I mean, haven't we all?
Haven't we all want to do that? And
comment below.
So I have a couple of predictions that I'm really excited about.
Tell me, Cherry.
I think that we're going to see even more Monsters 2.0 as Michael creates his army. I think that his
like
army...
Like a monster factory in a way?
Monster factory where he's going to be making... creating his own army of darkness. And he is very not happy that Kaia did not join the army of darkness. So I think he'll be sending something else since the vampires and the werewolves didn't succeed to kill her. So I think the next time we see Kaia, she'll be pursued by something even more badassery.
Yeah.
At first I was thinking she might kind of live with the Winchester boys, but she doesn't care for them. So
well, I think they're far from, being pulled apart. Like, they will come back together at some point.
They have to come back to fight Michael, but I don't think she'll ever really like them.
No, she holds her own, and she should.
She doesn't need them. She's like, I don't need no man.
Yes.
I don't need no man.
Everyone in our chat is so amped up about the monsters.
So what are they saying in the chat with their predictions?
Quite literally, Jacob Albers, more amped up monsters.
Woo!
I literally was reading that entire quote. Oh my goodness, Jack is going to do something stupid. True.
He always says something stupid.
And
not in a mean way, just in
he just doesn't know.
He's like
naive.
a 2-year-old.
He is a 2-year-old. It's not his fault. He just doesn't know.
He has no
better.
life experience.
He has really no parents. He just has figures that come
He has
and go.
parent figures.
Yeah.
Castiel is not a good. He's good, but he's not good to sort of show you how to live your life.
Oh my God.
Because when it comes right down to it, Castiel borrowed somebody's body and he never gave it back.
Yeah, that's a little shady.
That wasn't very nice, Castiel. Wasn't very nice. And my other prediction is that they will figure out what Lucifer is doing. Oh, wait, not Lucifer.
I thought we were going down a whole other
No. Lucifer's kind of...
wormhole.
But what's his name? Who has Lucifer's body? Who was
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
They're going to figure out what Nick is doing, and they're going to look at Nick as almost being a monster, and they're going to... Do you think they would kill Nick, or do you think they would try and imprison him again?
Well, it's interesting because I know I've read a lot of theories that Lucifer is gone and all of that. I think that that's true. I think that he is gone, and Nick is just slowly becoming a monster himself.
Yes.
By his damaged psyche. And I think that you're very right. I think that it will be a conflict where they will have to ask themselves, should we kill him because he's basically Lucifer? He's not really. He doesn't have the power,
He doesn't have the power anymore.
Is that, demented.
He had him in his soul for so long. His soul has been just
He's become
and
Lucifer.
evil.
He's not Nick anymore.
He's not good anymore, yeah.
And the part of him that is Nick is sort of just died with his family.
It did,
Not
and
to go
that'll be
dark,
really
but
sad. Yeah, Nick is not our friend. So I've had so much fun having you on tonight. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having
me. Thank you
me.
again for my lovely artwork.
Of course.
Now, if somebody wants to find you, how will they find you on social media? Not only to order the really cool artwork or anything, but just to follow you for all your fun stuff that you do.
Well, you can find me at Brendan Haley on Instagram, and you can find me at Brendo Hales on Twitter, and Haley Doodle Doo is my second Instagram account just for the doodles.
Well, you can follow me, Cherry_LA, on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, you'll find me at AfterBuzz TV Tuesday nights for The Rookie, Thursday nights for Supernatural Thursday, and starting this Sunday, NBC's Midnight Texas is starting again.
Ooh.
Thank you all so much for following us. Make sure you subscribe to Sci-Fi channel of AfterBuzz TV, our show, to keep up on our latest happenings. Leave comments before and we'll respond. And thank you again. We have so much fun seeing you every Thursday. So happy Supernatural Thursday, and thank you for following and watching us on AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.